is, folks. I don't know, why does the defense team have to file another motion for discovery in the Idaho 4 case for the Brian Koberger trial when jury selection is on July 30th and trial starts on August 11th? I don't know, but here's the document. And the document states, quote, "Comes now Brian C. Koberger by and through his attorneys of record and hereby moves the court for an order to seal Exhibit F to defendant's 6th supplemental response to discovery."
And déjà vu.
Have we not met before, monsieur?
Okay. Deja vu. All over again, as Yogi Berra would say. We already went over this when Phoenix got it wrong. It was the defense responding to a state's motion for discovery. So the state is who was asking for discovery from the defense, not the other way around. And it amazes me how these people that have so many followers that talk about the case don't understand how to read a basic court document. But let's move on.
Did the Idaho 4 victims suddenly get new LinkedIn profiles? Why would you need those if you passed away? Now, the spellings of the names have changed, but they have job titles. And I don't know, but the previous LinkedIn pages that I saw for the Idaho 4 victims were differently spelled. And so I'm wondering if there's some sort of creativity there. There's Kaylee's. Maddie's is also misspelled. This is all when I did a search for Cole B, who is the alt-perp suspect that is probably going to be named in the alt-perp theory for the Idaho 4 case at trial.
Wait, can somebody please show me where Cole Barenberg has ever been listed as a suspect? Because I keep hearing people saying that he was the prime suspect before Koberger, yet there's nothing that indicates that. And now you're saying you're so sure he's going to be in the filings for the alternative perpetrators. The only place his name was mentioned was Maddie's nail clippings. And that amount of DNA probability was even less than Ethan's. And it was inconclusive. And also they said that Maddie did not put up even passive defense. So there was no way any DNA under her nails would be related to the murders. But please show your proof that Cole is a suspect. I'd love to see it, Seagirl, and all the others that keep claiming that too. But let's move on.
But these are all the names that are associated with Cole when you search Cole.
First of all, what Seagirl doesn't understand is when it says more profiles for you, that doesn't mean they're associated with that person. So these people aren't necessarily associated with Cole. They are who people looked up. So his actual associates are listed up under his contacts. But what it was is when people looked up Cole, they started looking up names of other people from the Idaho 4 case. But these are not like new profiles for Kaylee and Maddie with fake names. These are actually other real people with similar names. This Maddie M is really a filmmaker and producer from back east. And there's a Callie Gonzalez that's really a teacher, not Kaylee Gonzalez. So Seagirl is absolutely nuts. And then I also noticed that profile for Stacy Chapin, that's not Ethan's mother. That's a different Stacy Chapin that lives in the Midwest that works for Dow Chemical. And it took me forever to try to figure out why people kept saying Stacy Chapin worked for Dow Chemical. Well, now I know why, because they're looking up the wrong Stacy Chapin. If you see that right here, it says account manager for Dow Performance Silicones. That is not the mother of the Chapin triplets. So it just seems to be the same old stuff with people like Seagirl. They are unable to properly read court documents. They don't even know how to look at LinkedIn profiles correctly. And then they jump to conclusions about things without thinking them through. Okay? There's not LinkedIn profiles set up under similar names for the victims. Okay? That's It's ridiculous. And this whole Cole thing, I wish his name had stayed redacted in the documents, because this poor kid is getting trashed almost as bad as the roommates. And it's just disgusting. There's no reason to trash these kids. So, as I keep saying, do better.